Hey my little gals and ghouls, welcome back to my channel. I told you that we were going to make a video on how to fix tacky or sticky doll hair. So if you remember in our last video, this is Claudine of the Gloom Beach series, and we washed her hair and then we conditioned it and combed all the tangles out and let it air dry. As you can see, her hair is much softer, much easier to brush. I will give it a good brush here and show you what it looks like. See how shiny and soft it looks? Now I haven't curled it. All I did was condition it, wash it, condition it, let it air dry. But you can already see it's shiny, and if you could tell when I was brushing it, it doesn't have any tangles in it and it's really soft. However, she does have some problems with glue leaking out of the top of her head. That's very common in the older dolls. See this area right here? You can tell, hopefully, on the camera. See how this is real soft and kind of moves freely. And then this area right here is kind of just stuck, and it looks a little, when you lift up the strands, see how it looks a little bit kind of greasy and stringy. She's got the same problem over here under her ear, some greasy kind of stringy, sticky feeling hair, and with her front parts also kind of sticky and stringy. Little bit on this side, but not as bad. So I am going to try a method I saw on another YouTube video, how to fix that using baby powder. Now it did say on the video that I watched that this works better on light colored hair so that the baby powder doesn't show. But we're gonna go ahead and give it a try, even though her hair is dark, and see how it works. So what you do, according to the video, is you start out really sparingly with the baby powder. You don't use too much. Just give it a little sprinkle. This may be too much. I don't think so, but we'll see. Give it a little sprinkle everywhere you feel the stickiness. I'm gonna concentrate up here by your ear. Now I'm just using regular generic cornstarch baby powder. And I don't know, you might check with your parents, because some parents don't like you to inhale baby powder. It's kind of, you know, powdery and misty. So make sure you get your parents' permission. But so we're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna kind of comb it through her hair. And I can already tell this is gonna make her hair white. But we'll deal with that if the stickiness comes out. So you just kind of comb it through, kind of section her hair here where it's really stringy, and try to work that baby powder into the glue areas. Now you may have to, you know, separate the hair here so you can get to the scalp. Use a little bit more as you're working along. Kind of do that sawing motion to get down in the scalp like I showed you when we were washing. Again, be real careful when you brush, that you're not brushing too hard or not pulling out a bunch of hair unnecessarily. We're just gonna work that baby powder in. Seems like it's getting better in the top already here, but she's got some glue underneath too, so I'm gonna flip her head here, and I'm gonna kind of sprinkle those areas underneath. Get it all in the hair good. kind of brush it through again. Just working that baby powder all the way through that glue. It definitely makes it easier to brush for sure. I'm gonna section the hair here where it's a little bit thicker and get down in there. And again, just brushing through those sticky, gluey strands. Kind of soak up what I spilled there. Okay. That side doesn't look too bad. Work on this top layer here. Takes a little bit of time, but that's okay. So let me just start on the other side here. Just working all that powder into those sticky areas. Getting way down by the scalp. Now, one of the videos I watched, they rinsed her hair when they were done with the baby powder, and they felt like they got a good amount of the stickiness out. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. We're just going to wait and see how it turns out first. Just keep, so she's still a little sticky over here. So let me work on that side a little bit. So I think the front here needs a bit of work. I'm gonna try to section it. Could do this on a towel. She might not slide around as much. Can you make sure you can see what I'm doing here? I'm just taking these pieces, sectioning the hair, and working that powder down in by the scalp where she's real sticky here. Just taking my time, working all that powder in. I know it's changing the hair color, but it's definitely loosening up and drying up and softening up those sticky areas for sure. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time of working that powder through the head. And then another thing we could do is I do have a squirt bottle, that I'm going to use for when we curl their hair. And we could always just take the squirt bottle, give the top of her hair a light squirt with water. There's a big part of glue right there. And take a squirt bottle and mist her hair and kind of brush through it. And that might take that kind of powdery look out. But we'll experiment with a couple things and see what works best after we get all the stickiness out. And we've worked through all of the glue with the brush or comb. I'm starting with the comb just because I want to make sure I get the finer, get down close to the scalp. I think it's easier with the comb to get down close to the scalp to work the baby powder through. But it's just a matter of personal preference. If you like the brush better, you can use the brush. It's definitely getting better here. Oh, for sure. Definitely making progress here. So, now she had a couple really sticky areas, like I said, by the ears and up in the front of her hair. So I'm just going to continue to work on those until I feel like it's pretty well absorbed. Now, you may not be able to get all of the glue out this way. If your doll has a lot of glue in her hair, which some of them do, we can experiment with some other methods I saw to get that out. One of them is to soak her in like an OxiClean solution. So that might be an option. But I'm just going to continue working with the baby powder. Just because before I put something like OxiClean on their hair, I want to try the most gentle methods first. So I'm going to use the things that I think are more gentle on their hair that won't cause their hair to lose color or to cause it to make it frizzy, possibly melt it. Sometimes heat can melt their hair if you get the heat too hot. So I am going to start with the most gentle method first, and then work my way up to a more aggressive method if I feel like I need to. And it's possible I might need to on this section right here before it's all done, because this section here in front, I can't tell. I'm assuming it's glue because the gel should have rinsed out with the water. Now I do want to show you if you can see this. I do have a little bit of hair loss from being stuck in the glue. And that's okay, as long as you're not pulling out big chunks of hair or making bald spots in her hair. You will lose a little bit, and that's fine. So don't get too excited if that happens. So I am really liking how this is working so far. You can see, her hair doesn't look as shiny right now, but again, we'll work on that after we get all the glue out. And keep brushing. So I got a little bit up here still that I'm going to work on. A little bit more. Another thing I like about this is you can always, add to. So you start out with just a little bit of powder. If you feel like you need more, you can do a little more, until you get it to where you feel like it feels and looks pretty good. And we're almost there, I can tell. I can't believe the difference this has made. I don't know how well it's showing up on video, but I can tell looking at her hair in person how much better it looks and how much easier it is to comb through here. So go back up to this. She's doing the splits right now. Go back back up to this section. Walk that through a little more. I'm going to separate this front section. Comb that through a little more. I'm going to take these front pieces, kind of lift them out this way. Yeah, like this. Again, just little sprinkles at a time. Now, we still have that little piece of hair that's hanging out longer than the others, and that's okay. I'm gonna leave that until she's all done and I'm ready to curl her. Because we may have a couple more little strings that loosen up and we'll go back and trim them. And that is no problem. Again, if you're, you might want to get your parents' permission to snip the little ends, or just have them help you if you have long pieces that don't blend in. That looks pretty good. I know she looks like a hot mess right now. Let me wipe that powder off her face. So I'm gonna go in now with my cat slicker brush and just give it all another good brush. And we'll definitely be curling her hair back up because, you know, all this brushing, I have pulled out a lot of her curls. That's okay. Just give us another video to do. Keep her part. So just, and this brush sounds really aggressive, but I'm really not brushing that hard. It just sounds like it because of the type of brush it is. So I'm just gonna keep brushing. What you do want to make sure is that you're not raking the brush over their face so that you're not scraping off any of their makeup. So be really careful with their face paint or makeup. Gonna keep brushing and working that baby powder through her hair. I do want to fix her part here a little bit around her ears so it lays a little better. Brush up here close to her part. There we go. Brush underneath. Ooh, I'm so excited, girls. This is working really, really well. You can just tell when I give her a shake how much better her hair moves, how much fluffier it is. So what we'll work on next is getting the shine back in her hair. Now, you may not be able to get every single bit of glue out of their hair. It may still feel a little sticky for a while. And that's okay. I'd rather just leave it a tiny bit sticky instead of ruining their hair trying to get it all out. My main goal for for doing this is that I just want to be able to brush and style her hair like I want to. So as long as it moves and it brushes pretty easy and it looks pretty shiny and not tangly or anything, that's really my goal. So let's take a look. Now I've brushed a lot of her curls out, so don't you worry about that. But you can see how much nicer the hair lays overall, and how much easier it brushes. So what I'm gonna do now, I think, is I'm gonna pause the video. I am gonna go get our little spray bottle, and I'm gonna just give her hair a quick mist and brush it out again. And we'll see if that helps make it shiny again and not dull, and kind of takes out these whitish areas with the baby powder. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I've got my little squirt bottle of water. This is just plain water and it's cool. I'm not gonna put any more heat on her hair right now because I want this glue to, I don't want to add more glue to it or have more glue seep out. So what we're gonna do is try to make it shiny again and get rid of this kind of powdery look to her hair. So I'm just gonna kind of hold it back from her head a little bit. Give her a mist. Give her a mist here on the back and a mist here on the other side. And then we're just gonna brush it through. And if we don't think that that works, then we'll just give her hair a quick rinse in cold water and see if that works. I need to separate this here because she's got a bit of powder here at the scalp. So I'm gonna go in a little bit closer, give her a mist, and try to brush that out. Now you can see where she's kind of white there at the scalp. So she may end up needing a rinse, but we'll see, we'll see. I'm gonna try it with just the squirt bottle here first. I have to go a little closer just to get it a little wetter where she's really white, where I had a lot of glue. And I think I'll try the comb. Oop, I need to rinse my comb out. So some of this is trial and error. You know, like I said, we're kind of figuring this out together. And that is okay. So I'll let you guys comment or vote if you can comment on the video. Give me a little comment and see if you think it worked, or if you think we need to rinse it, or what your opinion or ideas are. Also, you can just leave me a comment. Let me know if you like the video, if you want more videos on stuff like this, like how to wash your doll's clothes or how to wash your doll's bodies if they're dirty. Yeah, that seems to be working. So since I don't want to completely wet her head down again, I'm just going to use the mist bottle and my comb. Now, when you've done this much to a doll's hair, you can pretty much guarantee if you don't want it to be straight, that you're going to have to go in and curl it. So that will give us content for our next video, how to curl your doll's hair. I'm going to fix her little part again here around her ear because I messed it up a bit. There we go. It's not quite parted right. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, looking much better. comb that side out. So you can see, I want to show you, see the white areas where we had a lot of glue and used more powder. Since her hair's so dark, it's kind of showing up. So we're just going to kind of wet the surface of that. We don't have to get it wet all the way down to the scalp because we still want that powder there to soak up the glue, and nobody's going to see that. So as long as we can brush through it, I am perfectly okay with that. So I think we're looking pretty good here. A little bit to the back. I want this purple to look really purple and not a little more shiny. I want it a little more shiny. Might as well squirt her face, right? Clean the powder out of her little eyeballs. Hey, I think that worked. What do you guys think? Definitely softer, not sticky. A little bit sticky up here because she had a lot of glue. I'm totally okay with that. I mean, we're not going to be curling her hair tight up to her scalp anyway because we'll make her look like she has a perm. You guys probably don't know what a perm is, do you? You have to ask your parents what a perm is. That was a big thing back in the 80s. So, there you go. There you have it. We have fixed her gluey, sticky hair. We've made it mostly shiny again. Yeah, I like it. Looks good. And we've got it all untangled and easy to brush and style and make it look how we want. So there you have it. What do you think? Looks good, huh? Next, we're gonna curl. So make sure you watch for my next videos. I also have a surprise. I have some more unboxing videos where I found some cool dolls on eBay and we're gonna unbox them together and take a look at them. So there you go. There's Claudine, all refreshed and unstuck and combed out. And in my next video, we'll give her a curl. We'll curl her hair and then we'll get her clothes all washed up and dressed. So make sure to give me a like, hit the like button, and subscribe to my videos so you can see what I do next. So see you next time.